I have a story to tell. Our team likes to work in land sales. We really enjoy that. We like working with buyers that are looking for a piece of the country. A lot of times it's hunting properties or recreational properties. Well, back in the day when I worked for a land company exclusively, we did some property tours that were pretty remarkable. One I'd love to share is the time that we took a couple of guys. It was kind of like looking at a Laurel and Hardy. One guy was very slight and slim, and the other one was rather, he was big. Anyway, we went back into a property approximately 3,000 feet back, and it was a time when we had a harsher winter, which is what we used to have. So there was about 4 to 5 feet of snow on the ground, which made it necessary that everybody needed to be on snowshoes. And that was always a fun thing, meeting people at the road and getting everybody comfortable with putting on snowshoes and using them. So we were way back, we were about 3,000 feet back, and this particular property had been logged. And when a property is logged, a lot of times they say they lopped the tops, which means that the tops were left in the woods along the logging trail. And they always said that, well, this gave a great, it was a great place for the wildlife, shelter for the wildlife. So anyway, when you're in the woods and there's 4 feet of snow and there are treetops in there, you don't realize that it could be very unsafe. Because these treetops, it looks like you've got a nice solid surface that you can just walk over, but you can't. It's very dangerous. And so I had these 2 guys with us, and we were out there, and I told them, please stay on the trail. You've got to stay on the trail, stay with me. And that's unsafe. Well, you know how it is, sometimes people just don't believe you. And so when we got out there, we were walking along, and the really heavy guy, he just went on his own path. And he just walked up on a treetop. And pretty soon, he's like up to his hanging on for dear life, swinging his legs around, I'm pretty darn sure, and he was just yelling. You'd never know this voice was coming out of this big guy. And he's there, and he goes, get me out of here, get me out of here, something's gonna bite me. Because he was sure that wildlife that we told him about was underneath that tree and gonna give him a bite. What a day. We got him out of there. Don't worry, we got him out of there. And he learned a huge lesson that day, and so did I. You have to keep the people, you've got to corral them, you've got to tell them that this is what could happen, you got to give them that scenario, so maybe they will listen to you when you say, stay with me on the trail.